I load up the game, I see that enemies have 2 Sentinels, and immediately I went for the callout to play default. Default means you wait for picks, you look for some free space, and then you wait until you make a plan. Any info is valuable.
Broke the alarm button C.
Glow gets a pick mid, our Jet walks out on A, so there is our information. We now have a site without ever facing a Sentinel. Honestly, everybody should try this out. If you have some extra bullets in your arsenal, try pre-firing this corner as much as possible before the execute actually begins. This allows you to do a lot of damage. Here you can see me actually try to fight because I have a long-range gun. But apart from that, I pick up my ghost and I go to the trades. And even though I kill absolutely no one, look at how much damage I did without even seeing them, bro. More defaults, more defaults. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Happy and I'm an immortal high-level coach. In this series, I help you improve your game sense and talk about how to get an advantage on every single fight that you take. If you're tired of being stuck in the same rank, I strongly suggest joining the premium tier of my group, which will be linked down in the description. Inside, I talk about the purpose of every single role, how to learn a new skill, and most importantly, how to play your character. So if you're someone who's serious about improving in Valorant, I suggest you join. Let's get to the video. I cannot show you the bad examples of when you try to run down sites when enemies have 2 Sentinels because my recording was broken. But just imagine running into a Cypher in Killjoy, it's really, really bad. That's why every single round we're fighting for picks and default because we know that it's going to be harder for them on attack. After getting this very easy and comfortable kill, I go and look for another. I missed my shot, but now the timing has come to flash through the wall and see if anyone pushed in. If you're immortal and above, people will understand that you shouldn't just run down sites whenever they have 2 Sentinels. And on lower ranks, like Ascendant and below, people will understand it, but basically after they already lost most of their attacking rounds. Jet is making us some space, and whenever you have opportunity to play something different than a push onto side play, you should look and take it. That's why I'm going in here and I'm coming into side from a different angle. And now that we have side, it's very easy for us to win. We just play a post plant where I can trade my teammates. The downside of playing more than 1 Sentinel is that you will suffer a little bit more on attack. Also, if we do end up getting the side, it's going to be harder for you to retake. You will have no util to help you take space or isolate 1v1s. Once again, we don't want to go directly into a side, that's why we're playing middle, looking to take some space. I call out the flash and I expect Phoenix to play here. Now that enemies know where we are at, it's time to make a move. We don't really have that much time to waste here. After my teammates lose another 1v1, now it's really time to make some aggressive plays, and that's exactly what I do here. I made Killjoy panic so much to the point where she just popped her ult. So I just went ahead and took this timing to take my orb. Not a real reason for me to walk into A because Killjoy could already be A, so it's a 50-50 more like. I have the same job, clear enough space to the point where I could safely plant and then just play post plant. So that's why I wait in case he wants to hold me, and then I try to clear backside so that I could have some space to plant, but he is chilling in a corner. Even though we didn't win the round, we did a lot of damage to their economy, also wasted an ult, and as you can see, next round 2 Sentinels were going mid again. For enemies, the default waiting until they push 5 man to see long starts to not work, so they are getting aggressive. No! He's full blinded. Now that we have Phoenix ult, we can actually play slightly more aggressive, which is to go A, or my other option would be garage. And now that we kinda have sight and we saw not a single Sentinel on site, that's why it's actually fine to go A. This is enough information to make a decision, which is what I talked about in the beginning of this segment. In this case, we knew that there was no Sentinel on A, no Sage, no Killjoy, so we just went ahead and entered. Enemies are not bad, they're just tilted, and whenever you're tilted, you cannot hit your shots at all. Sova held my body last time, now I'm holding his body, and us playing slow just makes enemies go crazy. Enemies expected to pick 2 Sentinels, win most of the rounds on defense, and now they have to deal with this nonsense. I know there's gonna be a gap and I know that they're gonna be holding it, but it happens every time, bro. And that's how you win against 2 Sentinels on attack. Imagine MVPing like that, dog shitting on these immortal 2s, 13-4, and you get plus 16. When you're playing a support character, you don't really want to go in first, but you also don't want to leave your teammates behind. That's why you can see that I'm always basically in the fight, spamming through smokes or trading my teammates whenever they need me to. I continue to follow my jet and I fight until it's necessary, and now that it's a 1v3 situation and I see the enemy is getting close, it's a pretty dangerous fight, I don't want to take it, that's why I wait for my chamber to come from behind. Not a single bullet hit the enemy, but damage was done. This is my first time playing Sova in like 3 years on Ascent, but coach is always ready. 1 HP bridge. I didn't even shoot and I killed like 3 people with my damage. The fact that someone said that somebody was 1 HP gave me so much confidence I managed to win this bonus round with my Aris. Imagine losing to that, bro. If you can combo Sova's dart with any flash, or in this case Omen Blind, you can actually do a lot of damage. This also works with Fade Reveal and even Teo Drone. That 1 second distraction from the flash basically makes everyone unaware of the dart. Tell you what guys, if you see 2 teammates on site right before an execute, you throw everything you have on the choke point and then you get in there like a good boy and fight with your team. Come on now. I see that the enemies are already kind of coming out of tree, so I go for my nice little molly on the default, coupled with a flash to really do some damage. Now usually I don't think I would take this risk, but because we're on a bonus round, I just wait for the guy to run out of his ammo and then push into tree. The reason I wouldn't do that if I had a real gun, because there could be 2 of them there and 1 guy could just be holding me with a vandal. Also, I fight with a flash here instead of waiting for the 2v1. It's because even if he turns the flash, all he has is a sheriff. We have a strong fighting comp and they have a strong fighting comp. That's why we push a main, but we also expect them to fight back. That's why I turn around immediately, dodging the flash. After killing a couple of people here, which is just the jet, I see that my teammates definitely got it, so I come back and stop pushing. 99% of the time they're going to be rotating. What adds to this as well is that Vice actually makes contact mid with the enemy, which again indicates that there's nothing C. They also saw me on A, which makes it even more likely that they're going to expect me here. After Vice Trap and Molly have been activated, I know that if I push slowly here, I have a big advantage on the fight. Honestly, it's just really funny for me that both of us had the same idea here. Enemy is 1 HP because of the bubble, so we try to take advantage of that. Whenever I have no util left on Breeze, I especially like to go for a late flank middle. I decide not to TP because there's no need to do that yet. After getting 1 kill, I assume that no one's going to be flanking, but then... Wait, somebody stepped into my trip. Oh my god, the perfect timing, yo, that's crazy. My teammates be like, can you aftershock this bridge?
Yeah.
What? You said yeah, and then he just leaves.
I can smoke more.
That is so sus, it's crazy.
Nice.
Bridge, I asked you to aftershock, you said yeah, and then you left. What is happening?
I did. I aftershock mid.
Thank you everyone for watching. Comment down your favorite clip and I'm gonna respond to every single comment. Also, if you're serious about improving in Valorant, you wanna get even better game sense, join the premium tier of my group, link in the description. See you guys tomorrow.